Hey, what's up guys, Bryce here. We're back at it again for another video, and today we'll be doing a hot lap guide of Austria. Now this is actually one of the shortest laps on the calendar and is one of my favorite tracks in this game. I think I'm actually the fastest at this track. I'm not exactly sure though, speaking lap times, but I think that I have really good race pace around this track, and it's actually one of my favorite tracks on the calendar. It's a very simple track, but it has some really tricky corners, and you really need to get every corner right to really nail this lap. It's a really cool track, and without further ado, let's get into this video. So getting a good exit off the last corner, do not invalidate by going wide. DRS open as early as you can. There's 3 DRS openings in this track. Going down into turn 1, braking right after the 100 meter board, taking curb on the inside and on the outside. It's so easy to go out wide on the outside and invalidate your lap because that yellow sausage curb doesn't really affect the car much. You can really go over it like it's just not there at all. Going up to turn 3, braking after the 100 meter board, going down to first gear. I didn't exactly clip that apex, but this coming out of that corner, this exit was really good, and the key is really getting exit. You really need grip coming out of that corner. Breaking down to turn 4, braking after the 100 meter board, third gear, trying to rotate the car as much as you can. And then for turn 5, right after the 50, using the track on the left, on the right and the left as well, taking the car out wide here and trying to get a good entry to this little S section. Now going to the last 2 corners here, using curb and track on the left as well as the right, trying to go as fast as you can through here and as fast as you can through this next section, not trying to get invalidated. And that is pretty much a really short lap, and now I'll be showing you guys a more in-depth guide. Alright guys, so now for a slowed down lap so you can really see my lines, my braking points, the turn-ins and all of that. So going down to the uphill turn 1, using track on the left is very important. It can gain you a bit speed. Braking after the 100 meter board down to 4th gear. You can use 3rd gear, but you do lose a bit of time just from slowing down. Aim for the yellow curb on the inside and open up the car for the outside the corner. As you can see here, you do not want to go too wide. It is so easy. That curb is so easy to run over. It's like it's not even there in this game. You don't feel it in the wheel as much as you should. Going down into turn 3, braking right after the 100 meter board or right before. Usually I brake before. If you brake right after, it's so easy to outbrake yourself. Trying to slow down the car, super hard for this right-hander. I missed the curb a little bit. I tried to kiss it just a little bit, but I didn't exactly hit it. But that's completely fine because the exit of this corner needs to be the best exit ever, because you really need to get the throttle down as smoothly as possible. DRS open. Again, that corner, the throttle needs to be smooth as possible and as fast as possible. Going down to this corner, right before the 100 meter board, downhill right-hander, almost a hairpin. Using curb on the left, going down to 3rd gear and trying to hook the car around this corner and let the car unwind itself to kind of use some of this curb on the left. It's so easy to spin out here too if you just use a bit of too much throttle. Again, don't engine brake too much because you can slow the car down. For this corner here, right before the 50, use all the track down to 4th gear. But I think you can actually get more speed if you use 5th, and if you can get that turn in, because sometimes you use the engine braking too much and it slows the car down too much, and you can actually lose time. You really want to keep the minimum speed up. Right after the curb ends, you want to brake downhill, 5th gear. You don't need to use too much of the curb on the left. I just try to go as close as I can to it, and then opening up the car for this S section, and don't get your lap invalidated on the inside here if you use too much of it. Now for the last 2 corners, very fast corners, right before the 50, bring the car down to 6th gear, and you really want to get the throttle down as fast as you can. Using curb on the right is so important to get some speed. Now going downhill for this last corner, take as much curb as you possibly can to get a good exit and entry, and do not go out wide because that will invalidate your lap time. We use curb on the inside and that is good. On the outside, don't go too wide. You invalidate. DRS open as early as you can, and that will be a lap of the Red Bull Ring or Austria. A really fun track in my opinion. Really the biggest thing I noticed is in the last 2 corners, you really are struggling to get on the throttle because the engine braking, because you want to slow the car down as much as you can, but you also don't want to slow the car down too much where you have to get back up to speed. So keep the minimum speed up as much as you can. If you can go in those corners a gear higher and still have that good turn in, then that is perfect. So yeah, that is a lap, a quick guide as well. The setup will be down in the description below. So that is a race setup. It's a good starting point. That's not my exact setup, but a good starting point you can use in a league race, 50% race, career race, whatever you're doing. So that'll be it, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like down below, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.